All right, well, here goes nothing. This is going to go ahead and be the assignment for Shakira Johnson's macroeconomics class, talking about opportunity cost and absolute advantage, comparative advantage, and our own personal production possibility frontiers with two goods that we can actually produce. Seeing as how I have the cooking acumen of a toddler, and not even one of those good ones from MasterChef Junior. I'm just terrible. We're going to go ahead and do two really easy things, sandwiches and bowls of cereal. So the first thing we had to do was estimate how many of each we could produce in 1 hour. As far as sandwiches, I went ahead and said that I could probably make like 6 sandwiches an hour, but then I was honest with myself and I'd probably eat a sandwich an hour. So we're going to go ahead and go with 5. Extrapolating that out to our 10-hour day, we're going to make it be 50 sandwiches in a 10-hour day is what I can go ahead and make. Now, as far as the bowls of cereal, those are going to be much easier. We're going to go ahead and just do really easy cornflakes, milk, strawberries, bananas, things like that, which is already more than I normally do. But to go ahead and for this example, we'll go ahead and say that I can make 10 bowls of cereal an hour. So we'll go ahead and throw that to 100 bowls of cereal in our 10-hour day. Now, the first thing we need to do is make a production possibility frontier. So I wish I had something prepared. I'm lying, I do. Okay, so if you look at the production possibility frontier, what I can actually do is I can put all my time into sandwiches and make 50 sandwiches, or I can put all my time into cereal and make 100 bowls of cereal. Now at max potential, so we're talking peak on that frontier line, we're going to be looking at 25 sandwiches and 50 bowls of cereal, which means that I have an opportunity cost of 0.5 sandwiches per bowl of cereal and an opportunity cost of 2 bowls of cereal per 1 sandwich. All right, now that's going to come into play a little bit later. Now, as for my mom, she is way too good in the kitchen. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bring down her ability a little bit. That way it's at least comparable. I can pretend I'm better than her at something. So I have one for her too. I went ahead and estimated that she could probably make a full 100 bowls of cereal for the 10-hour day. She could also make 100 sandwiches for the 10-hour day. And that's really bringing down her ability. She's awesome. So what we're going to go ahead and do is her max potential, we're looking at 50 and 50. 50 sandwiches for 50 bowls of cereal. Now, that's going to put her opportunity cost at 1 for 1. So 1 bowl of cereal is going to be the cost for every 1 sandwich she makes, or 1 sandwich is going to be the 1 cost for every bowl of cereal that she makes. Okay? So if we go ahead and look at these graphs, we can see the difference that her line has a much steeper slope than mine does. All right, she is actually much more able to make these sandwiches and these bowls of cereal where I wouldn't be able to as well. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and see who has the absolute advantage and who has comparative advantage. Now, when it comes to full-on production, she, of course, is going to beat me every single time. When we look at absolute advantage, if we look at the graphs again, what we're going to see is that she actually has the absolute advantage for making sandwiches, and she also has the comparative advantage for making sandwiches as well. Because where hers is 1-to-1, for every sandwich that I make, I have to give up 2 bowls of cereal. All right? So she's only giving up 1 bowl of cereal. So she has the comparative advantage for that. She also has the absolute advantage when it comes to making sandwiches by themselves. Now, when it comes to the cereal, we're actually not going to have an absolute advantage because we can both make the 100 for the 10-hour day. Now, as far as sandwiches, bowls of cereal. When it comes to bowls of cereal, I actually have the comparative advantage because it's only going to cost me half a sandwich to make a bowl of cereal. Well, for her, it would cost her the full time to make 1 full sandwich. So then next, what are we going to do when my mom comes to me with a great business idea and says that she wants to specialize and let me make what I'm good at and let her make what she's good at and see what we're actually going to go ahead and be able to produce? So if we do that, instead of being individuals and I'm only making 25 sandwiches and 50 bowls of cereal, my mom's only making 50 of each. If we actually specialize and decide that we're going to trade, what we can do is I have the comparative advantage for bowls of cereal. So I'll go ahead and spend all my time making those. I'm going to end up making 100 bowls of cereal. She, on the other hand, in that same amount of time, will make 100 sandwiches. All right, now that's 50 more than I could make. So you can obviously see that making 100 bowls of cereal and 100 sandwiches and then being able to trade using our comparative advantages is going to be much more efficient than us being separated and me only being able to make 25 sandwiches and 50 bowls of cereal in the same amount of time, or her only being able to make 50 and 50. So that's going to be my graphs. That's my information about comparative and absolute advantage as far as production possibility frontiers go along. And all this food talk is making me hungry. So I am going to go make a sandwich.